What was that game, man? What the hell have my eyes just have had to endure? Arsenal lost 3 games on the bounce against team. They got battered 3-0 by Crystal Palace. They lost to Brighton. They lost to Southampton. Southampton, who had taken 6 goals from us. We beat them 6-0, and then they beat Arsenal. They can't score goals, Arsenal. And they mosey on down to Stamford Bridge, ladies and gentlemen. Are you struggling? Are you losing multiple games in a row? Can you not score goals? Come to Stamford Bridge. Stroll on down, ladies and gentlemen. Have 4 goals. 4! 4! 4! 4 goals. Arsenal. 4 goals. I'm not. This isn't okay. This video isn't me just saying those words over and over. Although, I mean, that would make sense. Look, man, there's up until near the end, there was a few positives in that game. Oh yeah. Like and subscribe. Boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen. What the fuck was this game, man? That ending lineup is nowhere near as bad as the starting. How Reece James got 6.1. Oh my god, everyone's bad. Mount was alright. Werner was alright. Look, it was a 3-4-1-2 with Christensen in the middle, Reece James on the right, Malang Sarr on the left, Mendy in goal, Aspi playing right wing back. Don't ask me why he's playing right wing back and James is still playing right centre back. I would not do that. I would not do that. And eventually they swapped around and Reece James was advancing forward when we were already dead and buried by a crap Arsenal team. Kante continued his poor form, or like not great form, in the midfield next to Loftus-Cheek. We had Alonso left wing back, and let's see if we refresh this, if we get the actual original. No, we don't. It's the actual 5.9 rating update. So it was like a 5-4-1. They changed to a back 4, but they went to a back 5 again. Arsenal. Mendy with a 4.9 rating I've just seen. This whole thing is disgusting. It's making me ill. Werner up front with Lukaku. And people were digging... I'm going to say it now. People were digging out Lukaku. You're picking the wrong targets, mate. You are picking the wrong targets. We'll talk about player performances. Let's mosey on down to this horror show. What happened? Eddie Nketiah scores early doors. That rhymes. Because Andreas Christensen is already thinking about what he's going to be doing in the Camp Nou, and does, and just basically gifts them the goal. Eddie Nketiah scores said gift. Timo Werner, in the 17th minute, scores a goal, continuing his good respective form. Timo Werner, he's scoring goals, man. He's looking like he can do something in games. Big up Werner, man. Yes, there was a couple of deflections, but you don't buy a ticket, you don't get a goal. Do you know what I mean? So shout out to Timo Werner. 17th minute, we've come back straight away. Arsenal do score on the break. They cut through us like ribbons. There's no mistake for this one. But Emile Smith-Rowe does score on the 27th minute. It's a relatively good finish, actually, from assisted Martin Odegaard. And again, man, again, super quickly, we come back and equalise. Like, we equalise in 4 minutes the first time. We equalise in 5 minutes the second time. Mason Mount with a lovely, beautiful assist to Cesar Azpilicueta, who does like a centre-forwards run, actually. Maybe that's like, you know, I'd still prefer Reece James at wing-back, but that was a really good sort of instinctive finish. 2-2, so I'm thinking, all right, let's batter this lot 4-2. Well, not batter, but let's beat them 4-2, and then just those 2 goals were like weird. And I believe this third goal with Eddie Nketiah scoring his second. I believe, yeah, that is. That's the Malang Sarr mistake. That Eddie Nketiah goal was literally assisted by Malang Sarr. So 2 of these goals have been gifts from Andreas Christensen, who's been awful for a while. His head's in Barcelona, and he's got this in his locker. Malang Sarr, who, God bless him, has had a few good moments with us. He was never supposed to be within the squad this season. He's supposed to go out on loan. He has been good. He's been useful. He's been useful at times. This was so poor. He's just not the level, man. Like, big up him. He'll make us money. We got him as a free transfer. We'll sell him and make money. But my word, my giddy aunt, mate, she is off her nut. That was not good. And they're winning again. But I'm thinking, all right, well, we had most of the ball moving forwards. We're at home. Although I say we're at home, that means nothing. In fact, our form at home is considerably worse in a way. I know it's certainly worse, which is just mental, man. What happens? We see some subs. We see some Arsenal time wasting. Why wouldn't they? And I keep thinking we're going to at least come back, if not win. I think if we score the goal, we'll go on to win because we just looked threatening. And then it gets to stoppage time. They've done a bit of time wasting. Again, why wouldn't they? They've been in poor form. They're at Stamford Bridge. They're winning. Bukayo Saka wins and scores a penalty. Look, I kind of understand why it's naive from Azpilicueta, but he's got Azpilicueta's arm underneath him and he's pulling it and he falls down. I think he cons the ref, but to be honest, man, I don't even give a shit. We were terrible. When you're like pissed off about something, or you can have a reason to be annoyed about something, but you're like, I just don't even care, man. Sure, let's look at the stats quickly. Chelsea, they had more shots than us, which is pretty wild. We had over 67% possession, but yeah, they would have been happy with that. We had better passes. They were pretty much the same aerials. They had one more. We were not very good. Mendy poor in this game, not just not saving the penalty and not the fact that he conceded 4 goals, but he did another one of those danger passes, man. What's happening to Mendy? Honestly, he's not been good. Christensen, awful. Malang Sarr, really bad. Reece James, disappointing. I'm not going to keep changing camera angles. Reece James, disappointing. He was good on the ball. He was tidy. He got a 6 rating here on Who Scored, which is some sort of barometer or something. But I know Tuchel likes him there because he doesn't overexert himself because he had an injury. I think he almost feels like he's protecting him by playing him there. And he says he loves him in that position. I think one of the reasons why he wanted to buy Hakimi is because he sees Reece James there, which kind of worries me. Alonso was really bad in the first half, a bit better in the second half. Alonso has been a lot better recently and deserves praise for that, but he had to come off earlier in this game. Absolutely, Tuchel did the right thing, taking Christensen off at half-time to bring on Thiago Silva. Loftus-Cheek was probably the best midfielder. He showed, some great dominance in midfield that we've come to expect. Although he's got slightly worse rating than Kante, I think he was better than Kante. Mount got a beautiful assist. He was tenacious. He did get a little bit wound up by Arsenal. Werner was good. And Lukaku was fine, man. I understand people are pissed off with Lukaku, and I understand, but they say he's lazy. He was trying. He just didn't get the ball. He did a couple of good combinations. He nutmegged Gabriel, whatever his surname is. He did do a few good moments, Lukaku. I'm not saying he was great, but he was hardly the worst. Werner, Havertz comes on, doesn't really get a chance to do anything. Silva comes on, does okay. He's got 6.5 here. Ziyech comes on, doesn't get a chance to do anything. Poor, man. Really, really, really poor from Chelsea. Look, should we look at the Premier League table just for shits and giggles to see where we're at? Let's do that, in fact. So this is the live table. Man City 3-0 up. They're going to win that. They're probably going to win the league. Chelsea, we are 5 points clear of Tottenham and Arsenal. They're both on the same points, but we of course have a game in hand. We should make top 4 because both the fact that we're 4th and 5th are 5 points behind us. If we screw up a couple of games, we can drop out of the top 4 entirely. We can go 5th. Both of them could go above us, which is sickening. We're still in, the fact that we've got that buffer makes this okay, but it was so dismal, man. It was so poor. you got to question. I mean, Thomas Tuchel's making his decisions because he thinks, right, well, Arsenal aren't been good. We are at home, or like I said, our form at home isn't good. So for me, like, it's not like a reason to maybe take the game lightly or show too much respect. It's a London derby. It's Chelsea, Arsenal. We haven't got as many fans in the ground. You could hear all the Arsenal fans singing, and, you know, just like the old days, there's nobody here, and all that, you know, banter you'd expect from the Gooners, singing the murderer chants to Alonso. And when there's less Chelsea fans in there, you hear that more. You have to think that's going to get to him and affect his performance, one would assume. And Malang Sarr, I mean, he's trusted Christensen a lot recently. And by the way, Christensen can be a very good centre-back. Let's not like, you know, get rid of our memories here. He dropped a wicked game in the Champions League final. He can do good games, but he has been poor recently. I understand why he turns to him. Malang Sarr. Trev Chalobah, though, man. Where's Trev Chalobah in all this? He can play anywhere along the back three, in the middle, central midfield. You could put him either side. Where is Trev Chalobah? I don't know, man. That's my biggest criticism of Tuchel in this game. Utilise Trevor Chalobah, man, because god damn, man. I don't have any problem with him playing Lukaku. Lukaku played great against Arsenal on his second debut. You know, rest Kai. We've played so much with Kai recently. No problem with that. No problem with Ruben and Kante in the midfield, especially with Cover's light injury. I got no problem with most of it, man. Like, unless, you know, maybe, I don't know, because you have to play proper wingbacks. It's really just those defenders, man. And, you know, in poor form, Mendy in poor form, I don't know. Mount has been good. He got yet another goal involvement. Werner is good. He got yet another goal. Ruben is good. He looked good in the midfield, even if perhaps I don't know, is he not the player we needed in that game? I want to put it out to you guys. What do you think? Who played well? Who didn't play well? Who should have played? Do you agree with me? If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Guys, thank you for all the great feedback on recent content. I really appreciate it. So if you're new, consider subscribing. And if you want to help me out, drop a like, comment, maybe even share the video. Friends will be alright, and I'll see you soon. Peace.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.